Creek into a bustling town featuring 8 hotels and over 30 saloons. Phoebus was known as the King of Trumps for his economic leadership and was called Falstaffian in appearance. He was at the height of his career when he died of heart disease in 1886. His legacy is the Phoebus community.
Support is made possible by the Hampton Convention and Visitors Bureau. Here and Then is made possible by the Hampton Convention and Visitors Bureau.
When the English arrived at Hampton Roads on April 30th, 1607, their first interaction with Virginia Indians were with the Kicquetans at Strawberry Banks. There they spent several days with the Kicquetans before moving on to Jamestown Island. The Kicquetans were led by Pochins, who was a son of Powhatan. Their village consisted of 18 lodges constructed of reeds and saplings. They were farmers and they cultivated beans, corn, and squash. They also supplemented their diet with hunting, wildfowl, waterfowl, and fish. While the English had maintained a reasonably good relationship with the Kicquetan, on July 9, 1610, Sir Thomas Gates, with over 100 armed men, attacked the Kicquetan village and drove them away. This day in 1610 marks the first time in the history of the English colonies that a Native American village would be occupied and controlled by the English. It all happened here in Hampton Roads. Across the harbor from here lies Craney Island, and that is where the CSS Virginia was destroyed on the morning of May 11, 1862. President Abraham Lincoln, with Major General John E. Wool and Flag Officer Louis Goldsborough, had organized the federal capture of Norfolk and Portsmouth on May 10, 1862. The destruction of Gosport Navy Yard left the Confederate ironclad without a port and with few options. The Virginia could have been taken out to attack the Union fleet, perhaps sinking in a blaze of glory. Neither this action nor any effort to take the Virginia out to sea en route to another port was considered viable. The Virginia's commander, Flag Officer Josiah Tattenall, realized that the Confederate ironclad needed to be taken up the James River to Richmond. The pilots advised that the Virginia must be lightened to do so. The crew immediately went to work, throwing coal, ballast, and everything else overboard. It was all to no avail. Since the lightning had made the Virginia no longer an ironclad and unable to engage the Federal fleet, she had to be scuttled. The Virginia was then run aground off Craney Island, and as crew member Ashton Ramsey remembered, still unconquered, we hauled down our drooping colors with mingled pride and grief